Hey everybody, this is Fumble Puck on your weekend one-timer with Ashley and Noah. Ashley, what's up?
Not much. I got my blinds. I've been installing blinds the last 2 nights. Not as easy as you'd think, I can tell you that much.
It was a 2-day process?
2 different sets of blinds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I have one more to go. Well, 2 more to go, but one's not in yet, so I have 1 more to go. And then I have to change my baseboard heater, because did I tell you I slipped and fell on top of it?
No, and you broke it?
I didn't really break it. It kind of got loose a little bit off the wall because I literally came thudding down on top of it.
Ouch, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It looked really dumb, though. I'm sure it looked amazing for like social media, but really dumb on my part. I was doing a stretch and my sock was on wood and I went flying and literally landed. There's like a nice butt-shaped dent in it. So I'm fine.
I'm good. You know what I got to do today for the first time this season, or this like summer? Are we summer yet? Whatever we are. I sat outside on a Muskoka chair and enjoyed the breeze and the weather. Nice. I've been with work. I've been either like working outside if I'm outside, or like I'm traveling to like the grocery store or something. I haven't really had a chance to appreciate being outside, and I got to do that today. It was wonderful. It was a good 5 minutes.
Good. I'm glad. It was beautiful here today. I'm sure it was beautiful there too.
It was, yeah. It's supposed to be beautiful all week except for Saturday, which is my 1 day off.
Oh, of course that would happen.
Yeah, that's restaurant life. You never get the weather.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope it turns around and that they're wrong. They're never right. I'm pretty sure they just throw darts at a dartboard.
There's some stats on weathermen and weatherwomen being just awful at their jobs.
Yeah, well, because it's impossible to predict, but yeah. Here it was beautiful, and then it randomly started to rain for like 5 minutes, and then it was beautiful again.
Yeah, we had like 10 minutes of sun showers today, but it was weird because normally with sun showers, you see like a patch of clouds and the rain's coming from there. I couldn't see them, so it was very strange.
Yeah, we had that too. It was very
Maybe
weird.
someone was peeing on my head from a roof or something and I didn't realize, but I hope not.
Ew, I hope not too.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
One time, I'm speaking of someone peeing on your head, which is not quite the same thing.
I'm so curious as to where this is going.
So one time when I was in university, I was walking with my best friend and I had just eaten something and I was like, I think I had a Subway chocolate chip cookie. And I was like, do I have chocolate on my face? She's like, yeah, all over. And she was trying to get me to go look in a mirror of somebody who was sitting in a car. So like the car mirror where someone was inside of it. But I saw the person there and I was like, no. And I was like, so I finally went to a non-occupied car and I looked in their mirror. And in the side mirror, and I was fine. And I was like, you're such a liar. And right when I said that, a bird shat on her head.
Oh my God, that's so good. That's karma.
Exactly. I was like, don't mess with me, bitch. Like, that's it. Karma, I have the birds on my side. She didn't enjoy that at all. She was not happy. I thought it was hilarious.
Speaking of karma, that's actually a really good segue. So I don't know if you know this, but I'm a big playoff superstition person.
Okay.
So I'm a big believer in the hockey gods and in karma in the hockey world. So my official stance normally is I'm not a big chirper. I don't chirp other teams' fan bases very much. I try to be as respectful as possible. But now that we're officially done the regular season, I'm in polite playoff mode. And I've made my sacrifice to the hockey gods of no drinking for the entire Habs run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a weird way of superstitious too. So I remember like we were playing the Rangers. So maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I decided if I ate something and we won, I would eat that same thing before every game day.
Oh, I hope it was something good.
It was Jack Astor's quesadillas.
They are so good.
They are. So I
guess they were so good.
Yeah, sad face. I missed that. So yeah, about that. Not cool, Jack Astors, but whatever. Circor, listen to me, bring them back. But yeah, so I would eat the quesadillas before every game. And then we lost, but I still got to eat my quesadillas, so I was really happy. But one game was at like noon, and I had to go to Jack Astor's at like 11:30 to pick them up. And I was like, this is a little bit early and a little bit gross. But we lost that game. But anyways, but yeah, so I do it with food. So like if I have like a donut during the day and they win, I'll eat a donut the next day. Like I do it with good food. I don't eat it with like salad. Like who wants to do that? But yeah, I'm a little bit, my mom would be like, so when I was living at home, like back in the day, she's like, so if you ate chicken breaded chicken, you have to have breaded chicken before every game. I'm like, precisely. And then like I wouldn't touch the lights. Like if we were winning, I won't touch lights or blinds. Like if they're closed, they're closed and I don't touch them. But if we're losing, I'll try to like fiddle with them to make them different for the second period. I'm nuts. Like I go into that level of psychosis.
I knock on wood a lot too.
Me too. I'm like a little bit crazy during the playoffs, but I don't really I half expect us to win the cup and half expect us to be out in 4. So
yeah, your prediction was us winning the cup.
I know it was. Then I said it's going to be Colorado. Keep that in mind. So my non-homer pick is Colorado or really Vegas, but my homer pick is obviously us. My superstitions are just as weird as yours. Don't worry about it.
So I'm using this for like a health, a health opportunity also. So when I do this, I don't have any beer or anything, but I also try to eat really healthy. And so the first year I did this was the year they went to the conference final against New York, right? Mm-hmm. So that was like in 2015 or 15, I think it was, right? The year Price got cratered.
It was 14 or 15, yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, so it was like a 2-month playoff run, right? Almost, it was like, 6.5 weeks, whatever. I lost like 20 pounds easily that time, just off not drinking and eating proper. So I'm hoping there's a good run like that. But when we finally lost against the New York Rangers and we got eliminated, I was at work at that time. And for the third period, I told my boss, because my shift was ending at the end of the game anyways, I told him, like, I'm going to be useless for this third period. I can't do anything. Can I just sit down? And he was like, sure. So like I sat down in the corner of the bar, like everyone's freaking out going, right? And after we got eliminated, I walked out of the building because everyone knew, like, everyone's like, Noah hasn't had a beer in like 2 months and he's in a bad mood, right? So I literally left the bar. I went next door to like our competing bar that, like, because you don't want to drink in your own bar, right? You go to next door, and I had like 4 beers in the span of like 2 minutes. It was awful.
Okay, well, don't do that ever. But
no, I'm too old for that now.
It's crazy how that happens, eh?
Yeah, because I was a young, spry lad back then.
You're such an old fart now.
Yeah, all I can do is watch the games. Like I watched the Edmonton game. I watched most of it. I missed the end of the third, but I watched most of the Edmonton-Montreal game the other day. Sorry, the Edmonton-Laval game. My apologies.
I was going to say which one. Hey, they did pretty well considering. I mean, they had their A team. We had like our B team.
Yeah, I loved it. It was actually a good game to watch. I thought like there was some little bits to glean from it. Obviously, I think like the two big things are like the two big pieces were Suzuki and Caulfield, right?
Love it.
It was cool. That Caulfield shot, Mike Smith had no clue it was going in.
Yeah, Kazuki. Oh my God, yes.
Kazuki?
Kazuki.
That's weird.
I just came up with it. So hold on.
All right. We're going to roll with it.
I like Kazuki. Anyways.
Who do you think Caulfield's going to play with in the playoffs?
The bench?
Yeah, the Black Aces, I guess.
Exactly. Ideally, Suzuki. Actually, I heard an interesting line take today. It was Caulfield, Suzuki, Anderson.
How is that going to work?
I don't know. It wasn't my suggestion. It was JP O'Connor's. I just heard it.
The only thing I don't like about that is there's no left-hand shot on that line.
Yeah, I don't know anything about which way they shoot or if they play right or left wing. To me, a wing is a wing, a center is a center, and sometimes a center can wing it. So who knows?
So normally, not exclusively, but most of the time, if you shoot left, you're a left winger. If you shoot right, you're a right winger.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, but there are a lot of big name wingers that play on their offside. So like Ovechkin shoots right, but he plays left wing because he always just does the one-timer kind of thing. So like Panarin is a left winger who shoots right. But most of the time on our team, we're usually pretty strict on keeping them on their sides, with the exception of this year. Now we have so many right-hand shots because right-handed shots are rarer than left-handed shots, but now we got a ton of right-handed. So like if you have Toffoli playing on the left side, like he's used to it, thank God, because we have a glut on the right side. So Toffoli can play both wings, but Brendan Gallagher can't play both wings. He's only a right wing.
Right.
Yeah. So like if you have the Anderson, Suzuki, Caulfield line, that's all right shots. So there's no one to play the puck on the other end. There's no one-timer from that side of the ice, right?
Right. Well,
we had all left shot defensemen last night on the other night too. It was crazy.
We had what, sorry?
Only left shot defensemen.
Oh, that's strange.
All our righties were scratched or on maintenance. Yeah.
That's very weird.
It is.
I don't know. I'm hoping. I thought the line would actually be, I was asking for a Caulfield, Suzuki Toffoli line, but I'm not the coach.
Yeah, I just want him to play. I think we need him.
I think so too. We need goals, and that's what he scores. So he has 5 points in like 10 games. That's pretty good for a rookie in his first 10 games in the NHL.
Yeah, there's like the argument that you have to like grind out a little bit in the playoffs, and I'm sure that's a thing, and it is what it is. But every single time we have a playoff matchup and we struggle, it's always to score. So to not put someone who's already shown they can score in the bigs, it's crazy.
I completely agree with you. And he's proven it. So, like, let him in. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. For me, I know the lines are going to be obviously like Tatar, Gallagher, Jeannot, if he's playing.
100%.
And then it's going to be, I think that Lehkonen line's going to stay together for now. So that would be Lehkonen, Byron, and Evans.
Evans, yeah, that's reasonable. And Byron's playing on his off wing. He's a left shot playing the right side.
See? So then you have Suzuki. I'm going to say, I mean, they were saying Toffoli had a lot of chemistry with KK. I don't know.
Are they going to play KK?
That's the other thing. Is it going to be KK or Stahl? Who would you play?
My quick answer is to say KK, but so Eric Stahl had that quote a couple weeks ago where he's like, look, when the playoffs hit, it just starts. Like, it just happens. You up your game. Like, he's like, I don't know how to tell you that. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I've been in playoffs many times in my career, and that's what it always is. It just clicks. So right. I feel like we believe that he's telling the truth when he says that, and we have no reason not to believe him, I think he's going to come out guns blazing in the playoffs, and I hope so. So I kind of want to see what he brings to the table. That being said, like, I think you could put Eric Stahl on a line, let's say with Kotkaniemi, and then your other winger is Armia, let's say, whoever's winning the face-off between KK or Stahl, they're the center. The other one plays left wing, and then Perry's on the right wing. I think Armia should be scratched. I would scratch Armia.
Okay, yeah. So I actually have, it's funny because as you were saying, I wrote down KK, Stahl, Perry.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, but then we have a problem because then we have Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield, Anderson, Armia.
Yeah, we still went on. Yeah, that sucks.
Or do you take out Lehkonen? No. Or Byron? Like, you have to get Anderson in there somewhere, or Caulfield. It's a problem.
It sounds like we're going to have to come down to choosing between Caulfield, Kotkaniemi, or Evans.
Well, I want the goals, so I would choose Caulfield. But
so if you had to pick two of the three.
Caulfield and Kotkaniemi. But Evans is so good, so I don't know. Maybe Evans. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the coach. Let's be honest.
I think the coach is wishing he wasn't the coach sometimes.
It's crazy.
And so Primo played this game, and then he did all right, whatever. Like, he's just not ready, and that's fine, right? We talked about it last week or earlier in the week.
Yeah.
So, but he was sent down today, which means Carey Price will be ready to go.
Oh, thank God. Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's Price Allen. We're ready to rock. Perfect. And that's great news. And then Ouellet was sent down, which is good news because he's bad at hockey. Very nice guy, I imagine, but just not an NHL player, Yep. And they send down Ilonen also. What did you think of him?
He was okay. Nothing fancy. He was okay.
It was like a very uninspiring debut, right? Not uninspiring, just it didn't pop, right? He was okay. He was a fourth liner.
Exactly. He was okay. Nothing special.
And you're not going to expect much playing with Alex Belzile, right? So.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it was okay. But what did you think about the hit on Mike Smith, or the quote unquote hit at Mike Smith, and then them not taking him out of the game when he should have been for concussion protocol?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Mike Smith is one of the most vocal, like, anti-concussion protocol people in the league, right? Like, I remember he's had a couple of quotes over the years being like, no, you don't tell me when I have to go to concussion protocol. I tell you, So I could imagine him telling the coach, like, F off, I'm not doing it,
Okay. Well, that makes sense, except not really, but whatever. Okay.
I have mixed opinions about concussion protocol because I believe in the value of it and how important it is to protect people. But I can't imagine, like, it's just, there's no way you can apply that standard fairly, right? It's never gonna work. So what are you gonna have Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final and you're gonna pull the goalie for concussion protocol? Like,
But this was a meaningless game that meant nothing for both teams, and he's supposed to be their starter. So first of all, why even start him? And second of all,
because he's bad usually. So I think they need to make sure he's got as many reps as possible, I think.
He's also such a diver.
Yeah, but he's also really bad at hockey. He was great, but he's old, right? It's not that he's bad. He's old. So
hey, he's my age. Be careful.
well, for an athlete, that's ancient.
I get it. Yes, I
right. How many goalies are there his age in the league right now? There's him and Pekka Rinne.
Fleury's not far behind.
Fleury's like 2 or 3 years younger. Fleury's what, 34?
I think Fleury's older. I think he's 35.
Right. Fleury was 2003. So he's 2 years older. He's 36. He's 36, yeah. So Smith is 39, 38, 39?
39, yeah.
Yeah, so there's Smith and there's Rinne. And Rinne is the backup now. So, like...
There was Lundqvist.
Doesn't count because he didn't play.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, he is of that age, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but, like, that's very... Like, that just demonstrates even more how rare it is for goalies to play at that age, right? So... Yeah, so like, you know, he's in that unique territory of you're old, buddy, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right.
And then what did you think of in this game of Kotkaniemi? Did he help you build your confidence or did he take some away?
I don't know. I wish he would shoot more. He has so many options and opportunities and he just doesn't shoot. He keeps looking for the pass and like you can tell he has no confidence and at least he was given decent wingers, which was good, but...
That's the frustrating part though, no?
Well, he was finally given wingers, so I'm happy that at least he was given talent because
he did nothing with them.
I know, but I think he just lost his confidence. I mean, what do you want the poor guy to do? You got to like build him up and make him happy, and I don't know.
So, what's more important? This is a question that there's no right answer to. Is it more important in this playoff run to give our kids meaningful reps, so playing KK, Evans, Caulfield, or is doing whatever it takes to win in the playoffs more important?
I think for Marc Bergevin, it's doing whatever it takes to win the playoffs. What do you think?
What do you think is my question? I don't care about what I know what Marc Bergevin thinks. He's very easy to tell, like very easy to read, right? Like he just wants to win and he doesn't care who he has to roll over to get.
I think we'll know game 3. I think if we're up, then you play to win. I think you play to win anyways, to be honest. I think you just play to win. I really do.
So if that's the case, it's hard to see KK having a roster spot for that game.
It is. It is. But you also, I think by game 3 we'll know, though. For sure by game 4 we'll know.
By game 3 it'll be too late if it's not, right?
No, well, that's exactly my point. So then you put the kids in and who cares?
Arpin, I think it was Arpin Basu wrote an article about the decisions, or was it Marc-Antoine Godet? I don't know. I think it was Arpin. Wrote an article about all the tough decisions for the lineups that Ducharme has to make this week and like how tough it must be. And like he's right. It's not an enviable thing because we talked all season about this depth and now you have it. Now you have to make the hard choices. Like there's no more injuries, you know?
Knock wood. And thank God. You know what? I'd rather have this problem, have a depth problem, than have an injury problem.
It is a good problem, yes.
It's a fantastic problem to have. I mean, yeah, you might piss off some people. However, I'd rather do that than anything else, you know?
Somebody suggested rolling 13 forwards in 5D, and I was going to kill them. Like, our D can't skate that many minutes. This is not a thing. Like, stop it. We already complained about them playing too much.
Yeah, how about no D and 18 forwards? Sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a Toronto Maple Leafs plan.
That probably is the Toronto Maple Leafs plan, let's be honest. Are they going to play Anderson?
Campbell. It's Campbell, 100%. There's no chance Freddie Anderson sees the ice unless Campbell gets hurt.
Really?
I would bet even in the back-to-back, Campbell plays both.
Yeah, what? Why is there a back-to-back right away in Montreal? Like, what kind of crap is that?
Do you want So the actual reason is because they suck at scheduling. The conspiracy reason is they want the winner of our series to be tired going into the next round.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like Anderson's been bad for a year, and he played in Toronto with the Marlies as on his conditioning stint, and was bad. And then he played their last game yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever it was, and he was bad. Like Campbell's the guy. Yeah. All right. So this week, so the playoffs start this weekend, kind of?
Yeah, sort of. Like, we have to do neon knee-jerk reactions, don't forget. But yes, they do kind of start this weekend. So. Yeah,
so like Boston and Washington play Saturday. Couple of teams start on Sunday. I think it's like New York, Pittsburgh, and then the Florida series, and then Minnesota. But then we don't start till Thursday. What is that?
I know. Okay, let's be honest. Our team needs the rest. So we cannot complain that we're not starting till Thursday. We really need the rest, Noah.
I think the rest is important.
I'm practicing.
But like, what's going to happen? The team in the next round is going to have 6 days of rest before we face them?
I know. That's not really fair either.
It's weird. It's just like How do you mess that up? Like, so the rationale be they're trying to let the North Division finish their regular season games, the Canucks and the Flames, before starting the playoffs. But the real question is why?
Like, who cares? Maybe because no one's going to watch them. But who cares? Because they're not even involved in this race. So it means nothing. Like, it's already decided they're out. So just why? I would even say cancel those, but you said we can't. So because of revenue and stuff. But why, like, start this series Monday or Tuesday? You want to start Tuesday? Start Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know.
Weird.
I get it. It's weird. Or move up their games. They don't need to have days off. Why bother? They're going to have a whole summer off.
Okay, so yeah, that's weird. I don't know. It threw me off, and I'm like totally weirded out by it. It bugs me. But so what I've done is my schedule at work. Normally, I make my schedule for like a 4-week period. I'm doing it week by week now because we're waiting on Doug Ford to be an idiot, right? So I'm going week to week, but I've got all the Habs playoff games for this round marked off, and I'm going to make sure that my schedule matches up so that I'm at work as little as possible during those times.
I like it.
Because I'm going to be an emotional wreck and completely useless.
So you'd rather be home fighting with your wife? Nice.
Oh, well, we won't fight. Like I said, I'm very diplomatic in the playoffs. I'm as polite as they come. I posted a little like go Habs go type thing on my Facebook earlier today or yesterday, and I got a lot of like people chirping me for it. And I haven't responded negatively to any single one of them. I'm just taking it and hoping that they use up all their karma on me so that the Habs have all the goodwill.
I like it. I like the way you think. I'm not saying anything bad about Leafs either because I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, and like they will be completely insufferable.
Yeah.
But like, oh my God, if we win this series, you hear me knocking, it would be the greatest thing ever.
It really would. And then that's like our Stanley Cup. Just beat the Leafs. That's all I care about. I mean, it's not really, but just beat them. Like
exactly.
I can't even think. I can't compute it. It just, my brain's like, nope, not doing it.
It would be it would be similar. The brain does not compute to having to cheer for one of Tom Wilson or Brad Marchand.
I was telling my mom today that if Boston and Toronto ever met for like a series, I would become the biggest Boston fan. And I hate Boston.
Oh, 100%. Boston versus Toronto's the easiest choice ever. I choose Boston every time and I actively cheer for them. Like I'll play black and yellow in my car, like loud, just to make people know.
Exactly. Wilson, it's funny. My mom and I like to look at license plates and like make up names with like whatever the letters are. So we saw a WTW. We're like, what? Tom Wilson or what the Wilson also came up today. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch any of the other teams' playoff series? Are you the kind of person who will watch other games, other series?
I usually do. I want to get back into my paintings. I don't know how much I'll be watching. However, once the Habs are out, I get depressed and I don't want to watch the teams that usually beat us. And I usually root for the team that did not beat us. So like, let's say, God forbid, let's say we lose to the Oilers. There we go. I would cheer for whoever beats is playing the Oilers. I also don't care about if a Canadian team wins. Like I want to be the Canadian team to win, nobody else.
I hate that. I hate that idea.
Me too. Like, why would I cheer for Canada? Who cares? First of all, like I'm pretty sure Vegas has more Canadians on it than like Edmonton or like whatever. Like probably a bad example, but you know what I mean? Like I don't believe in cheering for a country unless it's the Olympics or like the Worlds.
Why would I cheer for a team that I boo every other day? Yeah. Like no one's allowed to bring the cup home unless it's Montreal. That's how it goes. That's the rule. I don't want to entertain the thought of anyone else bringing it home. There's no Canada's team. The only argument you could make for Canada's team in this series, in this playoff run, is whoever's playing the Leafs. Literally, like, because if the Oilers are playing the Leafs at some point in time, you're cheering for the Oilers. But as soon as the Leafs are out, you stop cheering for the Oilers. Like the other Canadian teams are utility villains to take out the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Exactly, and that's how I see it. There's actually teams that I like in the playoffs besides the Habs. I would cheer for them before I would cheer for any other Canadian team because I don't like the other Canadian teams. Like I just don't care for them. So
I put in the teams that I'm cheering for. I'm cheering hard for the Minnesota Wild. I really want them to go far.
Okay.
I've always loved the Carolina Hurricanes, so I'm cheering for them in their division.
Yep.
And I'm cheering for the Washington Capitals in their division. Not because I'm like a huge Caps fan, but I want to see Ovechkin win a Stanley Cup again. I think that'd be cool.
So I'm cheering for Vegas and or Colorado because I like them both. Even though Yeah, and I'm cheering for the Caps because I really like the Caps. And my Kings didn't make it, and my Hawks didn't make it. So those are the other teams that I like. And
I think the Chara versus Boston narrative is going to be cool too.
Yes. I also, well, I'm okay with the Panthers. Like, I'm okay with the Panthers. I actually don't mind Tampa either, but they just won, so it's enough. So go Panthers. And, you know, like, I like certain teams, but I'm not like a big fan. But I love Ovechkin. I love TJ Oshie. Like, I love the Vegas team. They're fun. I love Colorado, only because I really, really, really want McKinnon on my team.
I like the Panthers. I think they have a lot of players that are really cool. Under the radar player, well, not under the radar this year, I guess, because they're doing really well. But I have a soft spot for Mackenzie Weegar. Mm-hmm. So Mackenzie Weegar's sister used to work for me when I first moved to Ottawa. Wonderful girl, really cool person. And so like he came to the bar a couple of times to see her, right? So I was like, oh, but his jersey number is 52.
Okay.
Because his uncle is Craig Rive, and he took his uncle's number.
Oh, really?
Yep. So there's a little bit of a Montreal connection there. So I know them a little bit. So I know her, or the sister, and there's a Rive connection. So I think that's cool. That's why I like him.
That is cool. And she's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he's having a killer year this year, right? Like he was playing on the top pair with Ekblad. As a rare defenseman, he's a right-hand shot who plays the left side. And then when they're putting up good numbers, and they're like, oh, Uyghur's got the Ekblad effect going for him. But then Ekblad got injured, and his numbers went up. So we were like, oh, maybe Ekblad got the Uyghur effects.
That's crazy. Good for him.
Yeah, so Florida, I'm cheering for too. They're cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's awesome. You want to send me on knee-jerk reactions before we continue on?
I'm so ready. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, so I have a couple for you. Okay, so the first one is going to be a little bit off topic here. What's your thought on cheese?
I love cheese. Cheese is fantastic. I think as I get older, I appreciate more and more cheeses.
Okay.
I had a Kraft single earlier today, so even the low end cheese is still good. And I had a little bit of Havarti, and I had a little bit of feta today. I had 3 types of cheeses today.
Well, one synthetic, but I'm very glad you had the other 2.
Yeah. The kids don't know it, so it's okay.
I love Kraft singles, and that makes fun of me all the time because it's gross, but I love it.
Do you like grilled cheese sandwiches?
I don't. My mom does. I don't.
Okay. So I was going to give you a life hack for grilled cheese sandwiches, but never mind.
What is that?
So you put the cheese in the bread, and then you spread mayo on the outside of the bread before frying it.
Ugh.
It's off the charts. I have everyone we have recommended. So Stacy showed me that, and now I swear by it. And everyone I have shown it to also swears by it now.
Well, my mom doesn't like mayo, so she won't like that.
Well, yeah, then don't do that.
Yeah, okay. But maybe if I wanted to be mean to her, I could. So that's good to know. All right, next one. You ready?
Yeah.
Freddie Anderson.
Wonder where he's going to go next year. Is he going to go back to the Ducks? I could see it happening. I'm pretty sure he's played his last game as a Leaf.
Okay, I'm going to be surprised. Kulak.
Bubble, right? Like Bubble's the word that comes to mind. I would play him over Romanov.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
Gallagher.
Excited to see him back.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, like I'm super stoked. Like I have very big questions about Brendan Gallagher's contract and the longevity of it. I know that Marc Bergevin won't be around by the time that contract goes bad, if it does. And I wouldn't normally have those kind of reservations about him, but the fact he keeps getting injured every year, it's hard to not see a trend. It's like the opposite of Pacioretty, right? Where Pacioretty was like this Iron Man on our team. Yep. Gallagher keeps having the same things happen to him, getting worse and worse.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, and the last one. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
I just got shivers down. Like you ever seen The Lion King?
Yes.
You know, and they're like Mufasa, and they're like, ugh, and like the hyenas shiver. Yeah. I got like, you just said Mufasa to me, and I shivered because I'm a hyena.
I love it.
It's like, so like, I try to be really nice about it. So like, Stacy's a Leafs fan. I'm a Habs fan. We have 2 kids. Like, I'm gonna let one of them dress up in Leafs gear, and it's heartbreaking, but like, it's the right thing to do. You know, like I'm just like, I hate it. I hate it.
Which one gets stuck with the Leafs gear?
I think I'm going to get Ivy, and I think Stacey's going to get Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah, because Ivy has her own jersey, and Brooks doesn't have any like his own Leaf stuff. He's just got like Ivy's hand-me-downs, so like he'll wear like her pajamas probably.
Okay.
But Ivy's got an Yvon Cournoyer jersey.
Yes, I remember. They're born on the same day, aren't they? Or you're born on the same day?
All of us are born on the same day. Me,
right.
her, and Yvon Cournoyer.
I always forget that she has the same birthday as you because I have 3 friends who have that, and I always forget. Sorry.
Yeah, she stole my birthday. It doesn't really matter. No one remembers it's my birthday anymore. It's just her birthday, so that's fine.
I remember it's your birthday. I forget it's hers. Sorry, Ivy.
There you go.
My bad. All right. That was my end of them.
Awesome.
Yes,
so let's swing back into the league then. Did you see the Tyler Toffoli Players Tribune piece?
I did. What a fantastic piece.
What a cool read, right? It was like that fired me up. Like if I needed extra motivation going into the playoffs, reading that was it.
I think we should post it on the dressing room, in the Habs dressing room, so they could see it.
The shout out to Suzuki, the shout out to Caulfield, that must fire them both up so hard. And the other part was oh my God, the fact that Vancouver didn't even make him an offer.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't understand how they're allowed to still run that team. Did you hear about their call-up issues today?
No.
So they assigned some of their good AHL players to the taxi squad.
Okay.
So obviously they stopped playing the AHL to be on the taxi squad, right? They're benched basically. Right. And then the coach wanted to play them in their game yesterday or today. It was today, I'm pretty sure. But they were out of moves, so they couldn't assign them to the main roster. So they called them up for nothing.
Oh.
So Jim Benning's inept.
That's not good.
It was just a double whammy. So they had the call-up kerfuffle today, and Tyler Toffoli said they didn't even try to keep him basically, which is, wow, you guys are bad at what you do.
How do you not keep him? He was so good for them too. It's crazy.
I can understand not keeping him if the money doesn't work, but to not make an offer is outlandish. Yeah,
I don't. You know what?
Just make the offer so that the story doesn't come out that you didn't make an offer. Yeah.
No, we definitely benefited there. I don't know what was happening with the other 30 teams, but thank you.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, fabulous.
I also love the Patrick Marleau Hall of Fame bid. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
So Gordie Howe's stick for his record-breaking game, his last game, was in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Apparently, they gave that stick to Patrick Marleau, and they replaced Gordie Howe's stick with Marleau's stick from that game.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
What a dude move. I love how everyone's kind of eased up into the Patrick Marleau bit now that he's broken the record and it's too late to stop him. It's just really cool to see.
That is awesome. I saw his kids got silver sticks though, like him, mini silver sticks.
So cool.
I did see that. Yeah, that is cool. That's awesome.
Did you see the McDavid era adjusted points?
That you talked about last time?
Yeah.
No.
So they've gotten better since then.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
He's now second all time after Howie Morenz. He's past Wayne Gretzky.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So technically, if you adjust for error, and it's not a perfect stat, so I don't want anyone to be but that's the official sound, by the way. Based on the era adjusted model, Connor McDavid now has the best single season in the history of the NHL since the forward pass was allowed.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's crazy. I'd like to see him repeat it next year.
Against other teams and not us. That'd be wonderful.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm so excited for this North Division to die and never come back.
Oh my God, I know. I can't wait. I really hope it's okay by September because I can't deal with this anymore. It's so annoying.
I think we'll be they'll figure it out. They'll be back, for sure. I am very confident saying that.
I never thought I'd say this, but I actually miss the Boston Bruins and the Rangers and the any other team that isn't Canada. Oh my God, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Even teams like San Jose, where we haven't won in 75 years, I even miss them. Okay. It's enough.
You mentioned the Boston Bruins, and that would be a perfect segue for me to drop my hot take. Do you want to hear my hot take?
I do. What's your hot take this week?
Sometime in the next few weeks, Brad Marchand will become a hero, and you will cheer for him.
I want the Caps to win, even though I predicted the Bruins. Why would I be cheering for him?
So Brad Marchand will do something to Tom Wilson, or there will be some kind of
retribution.
He'll absorb the energy on the ice and turn it against Tom Wilson in some way. I think that Brad Marchand will be a very popular hockey player in this playoffs. And if the Bruins go far, if they make it all the way, we'll knock on wood and hope that's us instead. I say Brad Marchand will get a Conn Smythe trophy.
Oh, that'd be very interesting.
I think he's ready to go. I think we're going to be mad that we cheer for him. He's going to lick somebody and we're going to cheer for it at some point. That's my hot take. Do you have a hot take?
I don't, but I like that one. I think that's a good one. Actually, I do have a hot take. I do have a hot take.
Yes.
Cole Caulfield is going to kick some serious tushy during this playoff series.
You mean metaphorical tushy, I assume, by scoring goals?
Yeah, obviously. I say
I don't think he's going to actually fight.
Not kiss. Oh, not fight. Yeah. No. Like scoring goals. Like he's gonna get a hat trick during this, and he's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be like our Camilleri. Remember that year when against the Flyers that we went out, but Camilleri was like lighting it up. He had like 13 goals or something.
Yeah, he led the NHL in playoff goals.
Yeah, so that's gonna be Cole Caulfield. That's my hot take.
I have this like thing in my mind that I'm like I want to see. I want to see somebody score a goal. I want it to happen often, but at least once, I want to see one of our players score a goal and just like lose their mind in the goal celebration. Like I remember watching the playoffs. This has to be like 5 or 6 years ago now. The Anaheim Ducks were in the playoffs and it was the first round. It might be the first game of the first round. It was early in the playoffs. Corey Perry scored a goal. And I remember his face when he scored it. He was just like fired up. He was just like, yeah. And like, I want to see someone cheer that hard. I feel like our players don't cheer hard enough.
Well, first of all, I have to say a caveat to me is if Caulfield plays. Okay, that's number one. But number two, to your point, you might see Corey Perry have that moment.
I hope so. Like, I remember someone took that they turned it into a GIF of him doing that, but like they had flames exploding behind his head after, like when he was doing it. And I remember seeing that GIF and being like, "This is the coolest thing ever." I really wanted I watch Ovechkin score and how he freaks out over every goal. And I watch like the Ottawa Senators score and they have a celly every time. I remember back to like the PK Subban goal against Boston, right? Like, I want that kind of stuff. I want like a Dale Weiss score a goal and flex. Well, as long as Austin Matthews will do that, right?
Yes.
I want to outswagger them so badly.
Maybe he'll score a goal and he'll flex to Tom Wilson in his face.
All right. I think I'm good. Do you have anything else you wanted to chat about?
No, I think I'm good. I'm excited. I'm hoping the Habs do well and that they win. And we have 2 more episodes anyways before this. So whatever. Yeah,
I think our Sunday series will record, like our Sunday recording, we'll record it a little late to make sure that we capture all the games that happen on Saturday, Sunday. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine. And we'll be able to talk about what's happening. Maybe we'll record it Monday. And go Habs go. As always, follow us on all of our social media handles at Fumble Puck Pod, except for Facebook, which is at Fumble Puck Podcast. This is not a recording. I say this every week, by the way, or every episode. Also, if you want to be a guest and talk with us or chat with us about the Habs, drop us a line. We'd love to have you. And don't forget to hit subscribe on your podcast apps because we'd love to have you listen to us and know when every single episode drops. Go Habs go. We love you. We're rooting for you. Jonathan Drouin, just a shout out. I hope you're doing okay, bud.
Oh, man, that was awesome. What a great way to end. I love it.
We're thinking of you, Drew. This one's for you.
Cheers, buddy.